Oh my gosh, today is market day. Woo! I am so excited because this is my second market ever and it is actually beautiful outside. It is super hot, it's like 100 degrees, but it's fine because it is sunny. As you guys may or may not know, I had my first market ever back in April and it started raining that day, so we had to go move inside. So now this is my second market ever and it's actually being held outside, so I'm super excited. So I just loaded up my car with everything I need and I'm gonna go set up at the market. I am going to try my best to get some footage of my setup and then the actual market itself, because last time I didn't and I really regret that. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me, and then of course afterwards I'm going to be going into what sold, what didn't, my best sellers, how much I made. So yeah, let's get into this video. Also, shout out to all of my subscribers, my patrons. I love you guys. If you're not a subscriber, please smash that subscribe button and like and comment if you want. Just got done prepping everything for the market. I have my tent, I have all the plushies. It looks like they're being held captive. And then I have all of my decorations, my thank you cards, my tablecloths, and all of the little baskets that I will be using. And then of course I have my table right there. So I'm excited and ready for the market. Hello everybody, so it is currently Monday, August 22nd. It's been a few days since the market and I am finally ready to recap everything with you guys. Let me be the first to say I am surprised about how this market went. I will say that I think it was a success because just doing a crochet market is such a great feat and I'm really proud of myself, but I am surprised about a few things. So first things first. I automatically assumed that if this market were to occur outdoors, the turnout would have automatically been better. Since my first ever crochet market was held indoors, I thought that that turnout was lower than what it would have been if it was outside. But now doing this past market, I realized that that's not always the case. Indoor-outdoor does not necessarily correlate to the turnout that you will get. There are other factors that will impact turnout. So for the market that just happened, that day was extremely hot. Like, I was sweating profusely setting up. I thought I was going to pass out. Like, the sun was just beating down on us when we were setting up, and we were under a tent. Like, we had shade and it was still that bad. So that definitely hurt turnout. This market was considered a night market, so it was only from 5 to 8 p.m. So it was a 4-hour market. And in the first hour or so, it was really, really light. Like, I didn't get a lot of sales in that first hour. And that's just because there just wasn't a lot of people walking around. I did notice as the night went on, the sun went down, the temperatures dropped, there were a lot more people trickling through, and it was kind of similar to my indoor market vibe. So I think it being like 100 degrees out definitely deterred people. There was also another event going on at the same time next door to us. So there was like this outdoor concert thing going on and a lot of people were attending that. So I think that also took away from our market because, you know, people already had plans to go attend this other event. But regardless, it was still a great market. I loved every minute of it and I just wanted to be honest with you guys and let you know all of the different factors that went into play. This is future editing Jenna. I realized I left out some details when filming, so bear with me. I did put on the same shirt though, so it's not as trippy for you guys, but yes, just a side note. So I unfortunately did not get any footage during the market, during setup, or after. I know, I literally stink because I told myself, Jenna, get footage during the market, get footage during the setup, and especially get footage of before and after. Well, I do have the before, but I do not have the after, so I apologize, friends. But I will go ahead and show you guys right now the before footage that I took once I finished setting up. And like I said earlier, it was so hot that day, so I think I'm doing you guys a favor by not showing you any footage during the market because I was a hot, sweaty mess. I also wanted to quickly mention that I actually had people come in person to my market and see me and meet me, and they watch my YouTube and they like follow me on Instagram. So huge shout out to Arden, Brooklyn, and their mom and dad for coming and visiting me literally at my market. They drove like over an hour to come see me. It was so amazing to see them in person, and it's always so cool like meeting viewers in real life because you're like, wow, like people actually watch me, and like it's just crazy. It's like very full circle moment. But Arden and Brooklyn were so sweet. Their mom and dad were so sweet, and they also showered me in gifts, so thank you so much again. You guys know I'm a big enamel pin girl, so they gave me some pins. Super cool, and apparently these came from Disney, so thank you so much. And then Arden crocheted me a little heart. So if you guys are watching, thank you guys so much again for visiting me. I loved meeting you. Also, during this market, my friend Pat and I were awarded Best Booth, and I didn't even know there was a competition going on for that, like amongst vendors, but it was so cool to be awarded Best Booth. I was like, oh my gosh, so sweet. So yeah, I definitely would say the market was a success. But okay, let's jump into what didn't sell. I am going to pan over all of the plushies that didn't sell, and I will go into the prices and like the quantities that I have left. All right, here is a nice little pan of everything that didn't sell, and I am so shocked, y'all. I will go one by one, but let me first draw your attention to my mushy boys. These did not sell at all, and I am so shocked because so many people say that these are such a great seller at their market. So this just goes to show it really depends on your audience. So none of my mushy boys sold, and they were listed at $12. Also, my jumbo turtle that I listed for $45 did not sell. This is the second market that this turtle did not sell. This fluffy turtle that I made did not sell. It was listed for $35. People were interested in him, but decided not to get him because of the price tag, and I totally understand, but I told myself I wasn't going to undercut myself this market, so I stayed true to that and listed him for $35, which I thought was very reasonable, but he did not sell. And then this regular size sunflower turtle right here on my disco ball, he also did not sell, and this was listed for, I believe, $40. Then coming back over, we have 3 octopi that didn't sell. They were listed at $8. We have this one opossum that I listed for $20. This is the regular sized opossum. 2 mallards that are left over, I was selling them at $10. And then I am also so shocked that these chickens did not sell as well as I thought. I thought I would sell out of the chickens, but I did not. And I listed the chickens for $10 each. Then we have one lone axolotl. This axolotl was listed for $12. Then we have 2 emotional support pickles, one medium-sized one, and this was listed at $14. And then the mini one was listed at $12, and this didn't sell. And then we have one jumbo pickle left over. Actually, there should be another jumbo pickle here, but a customer on Instagram bought it from me, so I don't have it here to show you guys, but I brought 2 jumbo pickles with me. None of them sold, and I listed them for $30. Then coming on over here, the 3 octo keychains didn't sell. I listed them for $8. Same with this jellyfish, it didn't sell. And then these 2 flower keychains didn't sell, and they were $8 a piece. And then we have my little egg penguins from my previous market. These guys didn't sell again. And then I have this one new velvet penguin that I made for this market, and this one did not sell either. And these penguins were listed for $8. Next, we have my leggy froggies. These little guys were listed at $10, and these are the colors that I have left over. And then another shocker, I made 6 triceratops, and I have 6 triceratops left. So none of my triceratops sold, which is crazy because last time triceratops were like my best seller. So I listed these for $10. Guess I just didn't have the correct customers this time who were interested in them. So I have all of these babies still. I have 4 mushy pops left over, and these were listed at $8. I listed all of my keychains for $8. So yeah, these ones are what left over. I have my Juicy Couture Ghost. This was $10. I did sell one ghost, and I'll go into that later, but then I had another ghost left over that a customer bought from me on Instagram, but he should have been here. So 2 ghosts were left over. These 2 jumbo octopi that I made during my first market back in April, they did not sell again, and I listed them at $20. And then lastly, the other big shocker to me, none of my mini opossums sold. I listed these for $12, and yeah, I have all of them still. So I guess, again, it just depends on your customer base. But with that, let's go into what did sell. I have also listed all of the plushies that I did not sell at my market on my Etsy for the most part. Like, I have all my Mushy Pop keychains, I have the Mushroom Boys, the axolotls, you name it. I tried to put as much as I could on my Etsy, but if you saw something that isn't on my Etsy, definitely reach out to me either on Instagram or comment down below, and I can go ahead and set up a listing for you, because I want all of my plushies to be adopted and go home to their forever homes. Okay, so now that we talked about what didn't sell, let's talk about what did sell. Let me grab my notes because I typed up a whole Excel sheet this time that has like all of the prices and quantities, but then I also made like little notes to myself here. So if you see me like looking down or looking over, it's because I'm referencing those documents. But okay, starting out, I sold 2 octopi and they were listed for $8. And I sold a blue one and a cranberry one. Next, I sold 2 leggy froggies. They were $10 a piece, and I sold a green one and a light pink one. Next, I sold 1 ghost, and I sold it for $10. And to my disappointment, it was not the Juicy Couture one. The Juicy Couture ghost is still with me. It's fine. Next, I sold 2 axolotls, and they were listed at $12 a piece, and I sold a green and a blue one. Next, I sold a regular sized opossum for $20, and I'm actually not going in the order of like the items I sold chronologically. I just like put this list together. But the opossum was actually my first sale of the night, and it was actually a customer that came to my April market, and at that point I was sold out of my opossums because I only made 1. And he was like so upset, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any more. But then turns out he remembers me, and he was literally the first one at my booth at like 5 o'clock on the dot. He was there, he bought the opossum, and he pieced. So he got what he came for. Okay, next I sold a little mini penguin, and it is the one that I used with my own pattern, the ones with like the wings and the feet, not the egg penguins. And I sold it for $8. Next, I sold 2 Mushy Pop keychains, 1 orange one and 1 purple one, and they were sold for $8 a piece. Next, I sold 1 jellyfish for $10. I never made the jellyfish out of parfait chunky, and I really wanted to just give it a try. So I'm glad I brought it with me to the market to sell. And that's another thing, if you're selling at a market, like just include everything that you made that you have on hand that like you're willing to part with, because you never know who will buy it. Next, I sold 1 regular mushy boy, and that is the pattern test mushy that I made from Ollie's Crochet. I sold him for $15. Next, I sold 2 chickens, and again, I am really surprised the chickens didn't sell better, especially being in like Mississippi. I thought people would go crazy over them, but they didn't. But anyway, I sold the chickens for $10 a piece, and I sold a multicolored one that had, you know, colorful specks to it, and then a beige one. Next, I sold 1 mini emotional support pickle for $12, and then I sold a regular sized emotional support pickle for $14. Next, I sold 2 mallards for $10 a piece, and I did not end up selling my Bernat Velvet mallard. So I guess that settles the debate that like the parfait chunky mallards are a little cuter than the Bernat Velvet, but hopefully that Bernat Velvet mallard will find its home eventually. Okay, next I sold 1 flower keychain for $8, and it was the pink one. Next, I sold 3 mini sea turtles, and I do have to say the sea turtles were one of my more popular items this time. I sold them for $18 a piece, and I sold a variety of color combinations. I think I sold one with a hot pink shell, one with a periwinkle shell, and one with a light purple shell. I will try to insert pictures here of the ones that sold. Next, I sold 2 land turtles, and I sold them for $12 a piece. And again, different color combinations, so I'll put them on the screen which color combinations I sold. Next, I sold Perry the Platypus. I made Perry because he is one of my own patterns that I designed, and of course I had to test it out, so I ended up selling him. He sold for $10. Next, I sold a mini jellyfish keychain for $8, and that was in the Periwinkle Bernat Baby Velvet color, and I love that little jellyfish. It turned out so cute. And then lastly, I sold 5 of my crochet flower coasters, and they were actually left over from last market. So I was really glad that I brought them along again and that they sold. I sold them for $3.50 a piece, so that total sale was $17.50. And okay, that brings us to the end of the items sold. I feel like I definitely sold less items this time, but I did increase my prices slightly because last market I did, you know, come to terms with myself and it said like, hey Jenna, like you definitely undercut yourself. Don't do that again. So this market, I definitely increased my prices to be more fair to myself. And I feel like that did kind of contribute to people not buying as much as they did from me last time, just because my prices were increased. But overall, I made around the same amount of money. So it definitely paid off not to undercut myself. So let's recap. Altogether, I sold 28 items for a grand total of $326. There was a $25 entry fee for the market that I had to pay as a vendor, so deduct that. And then I had to pay sales tax for my overall gross sales, so that ended up being another 20 bucks lost. So overall, my grand total profit was $280. Yay! Now I say profit in quotes because a lot of you guys did comment on my last market results video and it was like, how many hours did you spend crocheting? How much did you spend in supply cost, etc, etc. And yes, I understand that $280 is just an overall very loose number to throw out there for profit. I did spend, you know, a good amount of money on yarn. I spent a good amount of time prepping for this market, making those plushies. But to be honest with you, it is way too much for me to calculate. It's always hard calculating how much I spent in supply costs just because I have built up my yarn collection over the past year or so. So to calculate exactly how much I spent in yarn is a little hard. And then in terms of how much time it took me to like make all these plushies, I did not keep track, but I'd say I spent a good week and a half prepping. So yeah, in terms of bestsellers, my #1 bestseller that I sold the most of was the flower coasters. I sold 5 of them, and they were also my cheapest item that I offered, so very interesting correlation there. For my second best-selling item, that would have to be my mini sea turtles. I sold 3 of them. And then for third place, it's actually a 7-way tie. My octos, froggies, axolotls, mushy pop keychain, mallard, chicken, and land turtle all had a grand total of 2 items sold in that category, so it's a 7-way tie for third. In terms of worst sellers, I am shocked by this still, but my mini opossums, they did not sell at all. Also, the mushy boys did not sell at all. I still have all 8 of them left. My mind is literally like blown right now because I know mini opossums and mushy boys are best sellers for other people, and I know I've said this already in this video, but I'm still just like coming to terms with it. And then lastly, my triceratops, I sold none of them, which is crazy. So yeah, those are my 3 worst selling plushies at this market. But that honestly shows you guys that every market is truly different. The people that come to your market will really impact your sales. What kind of audience you're dealing with will really cause the results to vary, and yeah, you just never know. But I feel like that's also the fun part of markets. You just truly don't know what will sell until you sell it, and yeah, you just gotta play the game. But all right, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope this helps you prep for your own market. For all you guys out there with an upcoming market, good luck, you got this. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye!